Topping today's Sunrise Smart Start news, breaking overnight. Greece police need your help right now. They're searching for a missing woman who may be in need of dire medical care. 72-year-old Sharon Wade has been seen since around 7:30 last night on Greece Ridge Center Drive. At the time, she had on a black jacket, bright green sweatpants, slippers, and a beanie that was brown. She may be on foot, walking somewhere, or on an RTS bus, we're told. If you know where she might be or if you've seen her, please call 911. Turning to what's unfolding in the aftermath of the tragic scene Sunday night in Rochester. 2 women killed, several others injured in the crowd surge at a concert at the Main Street Armory. People there who survived say they're traumatized. Doctors at URMC say for those reliving the stress from what happened that awful night, there are resources available. They're encouraging them to reach out if you need support and say the first step in getting through this is to acknowledge that you're going through a struggle.
Especially in the first few months after a traumatic event, it is normal to have, just to feel anxious, afraid, restless, have, difficulty sleeping. I am a big proponent of, encouraging people to really connect with their bodies, because trauma lives in the body. Making sure that you're not isolating, that you're connecting with supportive friends and family.
Rondasia Belton from Buffalo is a woman who died the night of the concert. A second victim, Brandy Miller, we learned she passed away after that, 35 years old, who was from Rochester. One of 2 brothers charged in a deadly attack in the city in 2021 is going to prison for many years. Ronald Brown and his brother Donald are accused of beating, stabbing, and shooting Armani Allen outside a bus station. Brown was initially charged with second-degree murder, but pleaded guilty to a lesser charge of first-degree manslaughter. Governor Kathy Hochul wants to put a lot more money into initiatives to help kids in communities dealing with the most violence right now. During a stop here in Rochester yesterday, she explained $112,000 will be going to the Boys and Girls Club's Teen Center here. Statewide, Hochul is proposing another $40 million as an increase for district attorneys' offices and a bump in training opportunities to boost police staffing. She claims efforts already made over the last year to increase communication and coordination with various agencies are working to drive the crime numbers down. 2 recent train derailments, both in Ohio, both involving the same rail company, have led to a lot of concerns about safety on the tracks. Lawmakers are taking a closer look at railroad laws. According to the DOT, there are 4 major railroads operating here in New York and about 40 smaller ones. The biggest, Buffalo, Syracuse, Albany, Binghamton, New York City. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is planning to ask questions to major rail companies in a letter.
These rail companies need to be crystal clear and consistent with our public officials, with our firefighters and first responders, so they have all the info they need to keep upstate safe. It's not an option, it's a necessity.
Schumer added, it is time now to fast-track common sense rail safety reform. While in Rochester, Governor Hochul was asked about a rail safety measure, a bill that came across her desk in December. She vetoed it. The proposal would have required most freight trains to have at least 2 operators on board at all times here in New York State. We asked her about that.
That was vetoed only because it was inconsistent with federal law. The federal government regulates trains. So anyone can pass a law, but it's my responsibility as governor to make sure that I don't sign something that's inconsistent with federal law.
She adds that she believes what happened with these derailments in Ohio will be a catalyst for change at the federal level. Here are the results of a key vote for the Hilton School District system. Proposition 1, a $37 billion project addressing infrastructure at 5 schools, focused on safety, technology, energy, and maintenance. Proposition 2, a $90 million plan, including a new performing arts center and athletics site. There's no added tax burden with Proposition 1. The second would have increased monthly taxes anywhere from $15 to $23 a month for the average homeowner. The first item did pass. Voters rejected the second for that art center and the athletics facility. Some more headlines we're following. 2 of the 4 Americans kidnapped in Mexico last week have been murdered. The others are recovering at a hospital in Texas after they were saved yesterday. A 24-year-old man guarding them was arrested. The Americans traveled to Mexico so one of them could have a cosmetic surgery. but then they got caught in the shootout between two rival gangs. The chief legal officer in Memphis, Tennessee says 20 hours of additional video from the beating of Tyree Nichols will be released maybe as early as today. The city's own investigation, administrative one, is now done. Officials for that will be announcing new information about that police beating. Nichols died January 10th, 3 days after he was assaulted by police after a traffic stop. 5 officers are facing charges, among those offenses, second-degree murder. 11 minutes to go until 7 o'clock. Let's get a check of our local forecast with James. 28 now, and we're not going to budge much from that today.
No, just highs in the lower 30s. And don't let that stop you, though, from getting outside and enjoying a little bit of nature. I've heard a lot more birds, I feel like, lately over the past couple days compared to the past few months. So maybe nature starting to get awake, alive these days. We are staying just about at freezing and hanging in the 20s for Thursday, but then the action begins on Friday. Looks like a chance for snow Friday night, and then into Saturday, we may be getting the shovels out yet again Friday night. We'll talk about that in the 8-day forecast and a check at the bus stop at the end of the show. Brennan.
All right, thank you, James. Sunrise traffic at 6:50. Expressway is looking good. We've had just 1 or 2 minor accidents that have since cleared around the area. We'll have another update on your morning drive if you stay with us through CBS Mornings coming up at about 7:25. City leaders here in Rochester are getting close to the completion of some newly renovated homes meant for first-time home buyers. This is under the Buy the Block program. Jatira Marsh has the story. Jatira.
Organizers say the Buy the Block program offers the opportunity to invest in redline areas and greenline them. The city is building new single-family owned occupied homes. So far, 6 homes are currently under construction out of a total of 24 that are planning to be built, located in the northeast quadrant in the city near the Upper Falls neighborhood. Manager of housing for the city, Carol Wheeler, says making investments like these provides opportunities for those who didn't have it prior.
It gives an opportunity for families to build wealth. Besides just building a home, which helps to stabilize them, it is an opportunity to build wealth, generational wealth for the families.
The completion of the homes should come around springtime. For more information on qualifications and how to be a part of the program, you can visit our website at rochesterfirst.com. Brennan?
All right, thank you, Jatira. Good story there. With the official start of spring not that far away, potholes are again a problem. Not that they weren't ever before here, right? Potholes, of course, caused by the freeze and thaw cycle happening from day to night. As water freezes, it expands, buckles the road. Once it melts, traffic and gravity take part and cause the asphalt to break. One of the most troubled areas identified here in the city, those are around manholes, which crews are out there working to fix. You can just call 311 to report a major issue. Poor mental health is playing a large role in students around Monroe County getting into drugs or vaping. That's according to Dr. Mike Mendoza, the public health commissioner. Mendoza tells us these results came from early research from 2019. He says those who've had tough childhood experiences, like parents going through divorce, living with relatives, loved ones struggling with mental health issues or substance abuse. These are all things that can not only lead to a kid getting into substance abuse, but also suicide.
And if there's one thing we've learned through this pandemic, it's that there is no normal. What we saw during the pandemic changed everything about what we thought normal was. And I think if there's anything that we can get out of this pandemic, it's hopefully that we can find a way to prioritize mental health and protect our young adults from a lifetime of addiction.
Mendoza encourages parents to do their own research, talk with one another, and be open with their kids and to reach out if they need help. And during that same event, he talked about some surveys they did, asking students why they got into vaping. For many, a lot of it was as simple as wanting to feel the buzz that comes with using nicotine. A close second, relaxation, and also because their friends are doing it. An injunction still stands for a handful of regions here in New York, including us in the Finger Lakes, and eligible applicants to get dispensary licenses to start selling legal marijuana. It's all part of the state's CARD program, which saw more than 900 applicants. Last week, the state decided to double the number of licenses given out, including to the regions on hold. Foodlink is working to get food out to SNAP recipients struggling to make ends meet. That news comes after those added pandemic benefits tacked on during the COVID years ended last week. The food bank is partnering with numerous local sites to help send out emergency food supplies, which are available at select locations throughout the city here in Rochester at a drive-through setup. Pre-registration is required. More locations and times, how to sign up for that if you need the help, posted at rochesterfirst.com. All this cold weather may have you dreaming of spring, maybe even summer, and this will help you envision that. Cornhill Arts Festival coming back July 8th and 9th, featuring more than 300 artists, 4 music stages, and other family-friendly activities. That is the 55th year of the festival.
No conspiracy with the clouds. You walk outside and you see them. They're there, unfortunately. I wish I could get a little bit of blue in there, and you might see some partial clearing at times here and there, especially if you are west of the Genesee River. Watch out. You might see a couple light snow showers here and there, but focus there's maybe Wayne County over into the Finger Lakes, Seneca County. There, some light snow showers. 8-day forecast. Otherwise, next chance is Friday night. We've got snow heading our way. Could be a couple inches on the ground by parade day morning.
Got a green snow jacket?
Yeah.
Thank you, James. Thanks for watching us this Wednesday. News 8 at sunrise. CBS Mornings coming your way. We'll see you in half an hour.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, Twitter, and on our app for news and weather.